Hey, this is Kirk Warner from The Run Experience, and I'm here with Charlie Merrill today, and we're going to be talking about the use of dry needling as a form of intervention for running injuries.
I'm Charlie Merrill. I'm a physiotherapist, and I'm going to talk today about trigger point dry needling. If you're uncomfortable watching people get stuck with needles, proceed with caution. I'm going to be demonstrating on Kirk today and treating his calf. Dry needling is a technique that I use a ton in runners for a couple different reasons. One is to release a muscle that's been overworking, that's too tight. The other is to help activate or get muscles firing again that are not working well enough, that have been shut down. Today I'm going to treat Kirk's calf in order to get it to relax. And this is an incredibly effective strategy for runners because they use their calves a lot, and in order to continue running, and especially when the volume's high or when you're doing a lot of speed work, this is a very important way to keep you from breaking down as you train.
Great. So we will be digging into my calf here in the next couple clips, so make sure that if you have any sort of uncomfortableness with needles, just be sure to proceed with caution. So let's dig into it.
So before we start, just know that trigger point dry needling is not the same as acupuncture. I'm going to be using the needle to penetrate the muscle relatively deeply, sometimes to the bone, because I want to affect it at a level where I can fully release the muscle tension. This is different from treating meridians and more superficial acupuncture points, which can have a similar effect, but tend to treat energy in an Eastern philosophy more than a much more direct Western philosophy that's based on anatomy and biomechanics and individual muscles.
Great, let's do it.
I wanted to share with you the needle that I'm going to be using today. These are all individually wrapped, gas sterilized needles. They're stainless steel, and I pick the length depending on the muscle that I'm treating. So because I'm treating Kirk's massive calves today, I'm going to be picking a needle that's about 60 millimeters long, which is a little over 2 inches. I'll hold this up to the camera so you can see it. It comes in a guide tube, and they're very flexible and very fine, like a hair, tiny. So when they penetrate the muscle, they don't feel like a syringe needle would. It's not like getting an injection. It feels more like an achy pressure, but the needle, in most cases, does penetrate pretty much the length of the needle. And I have all different lengths from 40 millimeters up to 120 millimeters. So I select that very carefully based on the muscle that I'm treating and the depth of that trigger point. All right, so now that I'm gloved up, let's talk about trigger points. First thing I need to do is identify a trigger point. And it's important to know that a trigger point is a section of the muscle that's been, in this case, overworked. It's gotten tight, it's gotten contracted, and it's stuck in that state. It's basically staying contracted all the time, and the nerve is telling it to stay rigid. So what I'm going to do with the needle is I'm going to stick the needle into the muscle, basically to cause a trauma, which is going to disrupt that nerve telling the muscle to contract. And pretty immediately it will soften up. And he'll be left with a very sore muscle at the end of the day. But by tomorrow, it's going to feel a whole lot better during his run. Now that Kirk's lying prone and he's mostly helpless, he shared with me that he ran 9 miles yesterday with 2,500 feet of elevation gain. So as he says, his calves are feeling fierce today. So it shouldn't be a problem finding trigger points to treat. What I'm going to show you is how I identify the trigger point, and then we're going to needle it. So by palpating, squeezing the muscle, I'm going to be able to identify a hard, rigid spot in the muscle. Spot where the muscle's stuck in contraction, and by causing a little trauma, I'm going to release it. So I'm going to give him a little tap. This is how I get the needle in through the skin without him feeling it. He's using this guide tube. And then as I insert the needle, he's going to feel some achy pressure. He's going to feel a little contraction. And if you watch carefully, you might see the contraction. His foot might move a little bit. You might see the contraction in the muscle itself. And after I'm confident I've released that whole trigger point, after exploring around and treating the whole area, I'll take it out and make sure it feels different, softens right up. You okay?
Good.
Yeah, so Kirk's up. Just finished needling both of his calves, treated multiple trigger points in both of his calves. He did very well. A lot of softening in the muscle. When he first got up, he was very sore. It's very normal for the calves to be sore afterwards. I'm going to encourage him to stay moving today, stay active, drink a lot of water, do some light mobility work, and do not take any anti-inflammatories, because the goal is to encourage a bit of inflammation through trauma so that the tissue can self-heal the next few days. He will not be able to run today, but within 24 hours, most people are ready to go again. So Kirk will be back at it tomorrow.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to let us know by clicking the like button below. If you have any questions or comments for either me or Charlie, be sure to hit us up in the comments. And we have a ton of content, not just on dry needling, but a ton of stuff on 5K training, marathon training, and all the other kind of stuff you could imagine for helping yourself in your running career. So be sure to subscribe to our channel so you get all the stuff that we do sent out to you. If you're making it this far in this video, we'd love to send you a free gift on helping yourself get better at running. So if you click the picture here, we will take you to a place to drop your email so that we can send out that gift to you. If you happen to be on a mobile device, you can go down to the description and you'll find the same place for dropping in your email, and we'll send that out to you. Thank you, Charlie, for today, and thank you guys for watching this video, and we'll catch you in the next one.